Incoming transmission.
Welcome, Watchers of Illusion, to my Castle of Confusion. It's the 4th of January 2017 and I've got an Amiga classic for you. Check this out. Lost Vikings. Yes, indeed, the Lost Vikings, which started out actually as a Super Nintendo game back in 1993. But then it was released for the Amiga, CD32, MS-DOS and the Mega Drive, or the Genesis if you're from over the pond. Done by Silicon Synapse, as you can see right there, which later became a rather big company called Blizzard Entertainment, which you might have heard of, with a sort of big MMO called World of Warcraft, which, oddly enough, these fellows actually feature in one of the dungeons, which is quite an interesting fact, ladies and gentlemen. Interestingly enough, the Mega Drive actually features levels not available on any other system, which is a bit of an interesting fact. There was a sequel, Lost Vikings 2, which was released in 1997, so there's a bit of trivia for you. Now, this is basically the little intro bit that you get. So it introduces you to the 3 characters that you play, and yes, you do play them all at the same time, sort of. Basically, Erik the Swift there, who can jump and run very fast, so that's his job. Then you've got Olaf here, who has a shield, so obviously he can block stuff and make things easier as you go along to help you not to get hit by stuff. And then finally, you're going to see this fellow here, Baleog, and he has a sword and a bow and arrow, which you use for ranged, obviously, and close-up. And I love the animations on this. I think this game has got such good humour. The animations are spot on. Absolutely love it. I think it's probably one of those sort of games I would say that you really need to play. And it's clever as well, because you need to use the 3 Vikings to actually get through the levels. And if you lose one, then basically you have to restart and go through the level again. So you've got to be careful not to lose any of them. So as you can see here, you can use his shield as a glider, which is great fun. I mean, look at the animation. Absolutely brilliant. Now, you can see there, that angry dinosaur thing there will stand there chomping his way on his shield, but he won't actually get past it. So you can see here we use Baleog with the bow and arrow to dispatch him. And we're going to see now how they all work in cooperation with each other, which is very, very clever. I think this game is one of those ones that, although you do need a certain amount of thinking power, the fun element to it is just so amazing. And it's like playing a cartoon. That's probably the best way I can just describe it. It's that good. Animation-wise, humour-wise is brilliant. And I'm going to take you through the first level anyway, because it's good to have a sort of an insight into how the actual game goes when you're playing, because this has all been automated, believe it or not. I don't know why they felt the need to do that, but oh well, they did. This entire bit has been fully automated. I have nothing to do with this part, but it's giving you an insight in how it works. But anyway, the storyline basically is that you're kidnapped by aliens, as you do, and you're about to see how they get removed from their time zone. So yeah, this game is very fun, and I think it's one of those games, if you're a thinker, you'll enjoy this. You've got to think, because that was a really silly thing to say, but no, you've got to think about what you're doing. Here's the spaceship coming to remove the Vikings, which is, I just love this. The sound effects and everything in this game are absolutely bang on, absolutely. I don't know if it could have benefited from being 2-player co-op, but I'm not sure that would have worked, because you do need to take your Vikings off the screen at times, and they're not always together. Because to actually control the other Vikings, you've got to press delete, and that will switch you to your next Viking. You take control of that Viking, you press delete, takes you to the next one, and the next one, and the next one, and so on. So it's not like you can just have all three of them following each other around and you swap at random there. So you've really got to think out your strategy. Now, you can see here there's a gap there, so Erik can jump over that and collect that. Looks like a tomato. So yeah, you've got some health food there. Each Viking has 3 health bars underneath their portrait. You can see that in the top of the screen there. Just switched to our shield fella, and now his portrait is highlighted. So that's how you know which Viking you've got in control as well, if you weren't sure. This guy's going to get rid of the green 3-eyed monster there. That's not a euphemism. So let's get on with this and give him a good... Oh, that didn't take long. Yeah. So now we can exit the level with all 3 Vikings intact. I'm actually trying to fire the arrows here, but failing miserably. So yes, you've all got to reach the exit point together. And here we are. So you get a password for each level, which is great. So the only thing with that really is you've got to write them down, but I don't think that's really too much of an issue. I think it's great that it's actually got that feature. It's kind of like Lemmings in that respect, whereas you get passwords instead of saves, but that, you know, we can forgive it. It's a cracking game. You know, it's funny, I just noticed that Erik's in blue and the other guys are in green. It would have been nice to have maybe another colour combination for the third character, but I really can't hold that against this game because it's fantastic. So there you go, press S to push the buttons, flip switches and blah blah blah, so that's easy enough. So we do that, and then we can go and talk to the red blobbly guy. And he is a janitor apparently. And he tells you basically what you've got to do to get out and exit this level, which is fantastic. I think that it's nice. The little help system's quite nicely implemented as well. The animations are great. Look at him going up and down the stairs is brilliant. The music and the sound effects in this game are absolutely bang on. Now, I'm going to have to bring my other guy in now to deal with those green slimes. And we can take the shield guy with us first, so he can actually stand there and block them, or I'll just leave him here. I'll leave him. Nope, don't tick up there. I love that animation as he glides down. I think that's really, really good. So now the green guy's just going to batter his eyeball against my shield. So I'm going to bring this guy out, and why is it to fire the bow? I'll probably find out in a bit anyway, but never mind. Basically every level is designed with each Viking in mind, so they have to contribute skills to help each other out, which is brilliant. And that is one of the sort of main features of this game, that you've got to... It's really teamwork at its very best here. You've got to work as a team, or you're not going to be able to succeed and pass through to the next level. And I think it's done with a lot of love with it, I have to say, because it's just one of those games that you turn on, load up, and you think, wow. That's all you can say about it, really. It's just a wow game. It's brilliant. And no pun intended on the Blizzard front there, but wow. Yeah, so this guy's now going to tell me, I think, what to do to get him out of there. Take that, red blobberly thing. No, so I've got to use the bomb, which I left upstairs. Maybe I should have collected those on the way. There's a great sense of humour in this game as well. I love the humour. Blizzard have got such a good sense of humour. For those of you that played World of Warcraft, you'll know exactly where I'm coming from with this. But there's so many little sort of gags and stuff within the game, like those tombstones that come out of the ground when you kill stuff. That's just a small example, really. Now, this game is not an easy game to finish, so it's a good one for a challenge. If you really like a challenge for a game, this is a good one to start with. And it sort of eases you in as well. It doesn't sort of blatch you straight in the face with extreme difficulty, like Alien Breed Tower Assault, for example, which was an absolute... Excuse my language, it was an absolute bitch. But this is kind of nice, it eases you in. And the learning curve is very cool and very nicely done. And I've got to praise Blizzard on this one, because their games in general have been very good. So now we've destroyed the computer, now we are being hunted down, as we're about to find out. There you go, only survive if you work as a team. So now the emphasis on working together is now in full effect. Now, graphically, I love this game. I think it's absolutely brilliant. The animations are absolutely top-notch, and the actual character designs are fantastic. The backgrounds and scenery are really well put together as well, and the sound and sound effects are absolutely stunning. Absolutely brilliant. They work so well with the game as well. Each zone that you go into has its own unique sound sets, and you'll come to see that as you play as well. I was going to do 2 levels of this for you, but we're already hitting the sort of 9.5 minute mark, so I think I'm just going to do this level, and I think that should be sufficient for today's review, to be honest with you. I mean, I don't want to do stuff. I normally try and keep it around the 10-minute mark if I can, just so it's an easy review for you guys to tune in and watch. But this level is taking a little time. There we go. I've got to go through there. Now, to get that lift to carry on going up to get the other Vikings back, you've got to push up on the lift and then jump off it. So we'll continue. Now, here we go. Look at the animation on his hair. That is spectacularly good. And I think, you know, Blizzard really had an idea of what they wanted to do with the game when they created it. They just didn't think, oh, this will work and this will work. So now I've got to dodge that. Oh no, I didn't dodge that. But I'm going to go and get my shield guy now, because he'll be able to block that laser beam, and then I will be able to take my other guys safely past it. I'll show you what we're going to do. I'm going to have a radish, because that's what I do. So I've now got another health bar back again. So let's bring Erik down as well, so he can... See, Erik's great as well, because he will actually smash things with his head as well, which is great fun. And then he sits there in a dazed heap on the ground, and that's just, again, very, very good animation and very tongue-in-cheek humour. So here we go. We've got Erik over here now. Let's go and get the big guy. Now look at him. I just love the fact that none of them, there's only one of them that can actually kill stuff, and I think that's really good, because otherwise you wouldn't need to work as a team. So you've got to use him, you've got to use Erik to get up to higher places, and you've got to use the other guy to kill stuff. And I mean, that's why it works so well together. And having a team of 3, well, there you go. It's like having 2 of your best mates having your back, and that's kind of where this game really is. I think I need to bring him forward a bit more. We'll try it there, but I think I'm going to move him in a minute, because he's not quite far enough forwards, and I can't destroy that. Okay, yeah, yeah, I can't destroy it. So we'll bring him a lot more forward. There we go, the laser beam is hitting his shield. So now we're going to carry on and bring these guys downstairs. I'm going to have to bring him down there as well to block that one. So let's get Erik down there. But you can see that a lot of attention to detail has gone into this, and this is a game that is going to be a high scorer. And I would say, if you haven't played Lost Vikings, it's one of those games that you really do need to have a go at. Now, does anyone feel that I should be doing theme weeks? Say, like, 1 week we do platformers, 1 week we do shoot-em-ups, 1 week we do car races, or even theme it, like we do a movie week or something like that. I don't know. It's up to you guys. You're my audience. You tell me what you want, and I will deliver. But that's just some ideas I've got going around in my head at the moment. Would you like to see more of a theme going on week to week, or would you just like me to play random games like I've been doing so far? What is your preference? Let me know in the comments, because I always do enjoy reading them, and I'm always respond to them as well. So anyway, I'm going to leave this, because we are right next to the exit now. Thank you very much for tuning in. And remember to like, share and subscribe if you enjoy my content. And thanks again, guys. I will catch you in the next video. Cheers, everybody. Bye for now.